everyone, let's see how this goes. I never actually made a YouTube video before, so this will be interesting. First off, I don't think leadership is something that can be defined. I think it's something that's kind of too big and has too many kind of caveats and characteristics that you can't really have an accurate definition of it, because there's too many leadership styles, leadership qualities, to where there's no kind of one definition that fits into that. In my experience, I've held a couple leadership positions. So I was a lifeguard. I supervised lifeguards. I did my undergraduate at Rider University, where I majored in history and secondary education. While I was there, I was a resident advisor. I was a tour guide. I managed the gym. I was a tutor. So I kind of got a well-rounded experience of leadership and kind of involvement in student affairs, which led me to New England College and this position. I think leadership means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and as I was saying before, with no definition of it, I think understanding the different styles of leadership and understanding the best practice of when to use them is extremely helpful, whether you have to kind of be the more assertive and taking charge type, or just kind of letting things happen on their own and being more of an advisor than a supervisor plays a big part in leadership. And that's also kind of funny that this assignment is due Friday the 20th when our national leadership is about to change. So I think that's just kind of ironic and funny on that point. But my earliest memory of leadership is from high school. My sophomore year, I was elected captain of the track team. So I kind of had to make sure everyone was doing what they're supposed to be doing, make sure everyone was staying out of trouble, and kind of leading practices. So that way everyone kind of stayed on track and we got to where we needed to go. Myself, along with all the other co-captains, we actually wound up leading our team to a state championship, which was really cool. So that was kind of that was the first experience I had being in a large leadership role and working with other leaders for kind of the bigger picture of it. I think the moment that I kind of started to view myself as a leader was when I got to college. I got to college as part of the track team, and that didn't last very long because it just wasn't the right fit for me. So I wound up dropping that, and it was really weird. I felt like a big part was missing because I've been in athletics for so long that it was weird to no longer be in them. And that's when I found the RA position. I also got involved in Greek life. I'm a brother of Sigma Phi Epsilon, and within the chapter I was able to take on some leadership roles. I was the new member educator for one of the biggest classes we ever had, which is a really interesting experience and really cool. Aside from that, I think kind of the defining moment to where I started to view myself as a leader was during my fraternity experience. I was never on the executive board, but I had a couple members tell me that even though I wasn't on it, they felt like I was on it because of all the kind of work and effort that I put into the chapter, which is really pretty awesome for them to say. And it kind of made me look at myself and kind of see everything that I've done. So that was pretty awesome. I also helped out with running my chapter's scholarship award ceremony, so that was a big effort, working with a couple other people to plan the banquet, plan the application, interview everyone with that. I also worked with one other person to fill out a 47-page application, which is not fun for a national award, which we wound up winning, which was probably the highlight of my experience, is because it allowed me to kind of put everything that I learned together into this one effort that wasn't really about me, but about the chapter as a whole and everything, not just myself, but everyone else accomplished. And that was kind of cool to see how we all kind of came together for this common thing, and how each little or each brother kind of contributed in their own way to it. So that's, I guess, my thoughts, beliefs, and ideals on leadership.